Yes, in the previous iterations explained whatever. That's your Paso.
Which one of these is my route? I need to read it.
Yes.
Let's go. So are we ready? So good to meet you.
Yeah, that's spiders here. Seen them somewhere. I love that sound.
I'm in Barcelona.
You know, watch them handle dinner. Yeah.
Good luck. Yes, Bertrand.
No.
Well, you still got another one. Another few years.
You were just talking and talking, so I was
I've been like I just want to make sure I know where everybody is because I'm going to be calling you all out. Well, we had a
General.
Okay.
Because we're not sharing. Let me, or either that or I went into sleep. Next week.
All right. I'm going to put into the speech and start.
Well, nice.
Yes, exactly. It actually would. Yeah, you did that. That was good.
I know, right? Well, I'm sort of.
If we can get all the speakers at the very front.
Yeah, I just don't want to stand up here by myself.
Did not plan.
And I'm pretty sure there's nothing wrong with those chairs there. If folks want to sit down and get comfy. Let me put it this way, somebody go sit in them chairs.
No taking, so.
We can get in.
I got
Just, yeah.
Team,
I'll
I'll
sit
make sure
here.
everybody is. All right. Break the computer. This, is that okay? Do we need to share screen?
I have it up there anyways.
Do you need me to be in the mic? Yes?
Yes, go ahead and talk. The mic will pick you up.
Yeah, all right. And I can't walk around, no TEDx?
Nope, no TEDx.
Gotta get my marching instructions from my team, y'all. Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nicole Farini. I am the Climate and Sustainability Officer and former Director of Community and Human Development for the City of El Paso. I stand in front of you all this afternoon in a moment of extraordinary pride. Pride in this community, pride in our partners, pride in the organization that is the City of El Paso. We have been through so much in the last 4 or 5 years. I've lost track. Whether it was coming together, pulling together after August 3rd, 2019, or if it was pulling together around this strange new thing called COVID-19 in March of 2020. Powering through 2 and 3 years of dedication to the most vulnerable populations in this beautiful community that we call home, El Paso, Texas. Learned so much about how to protect those vulnerable populations, how to rally this family together around the most important, the most beautiful asset that this community has ever had, has today, or will ever have, and that is her people. Today we're here to celebrate something called El Paso Helps. And over the course of the next few minutes or so, you're going to see and meet some extraordinary El Pasoans, some extraordinary not El Pasoans, but I think are honorary El Pasoans. I'm going to hand that over to them in a minute. But you're also going to be privy to something extraordinary in our community and unique in this country. Gone are the days in El Paso when individuals must drive or commute to some physical place to obtain some kind of social services, not sure what they need, or support in person. The delivery of hybrid services is not going away, thanks to this digital transformation that over the last, I would say, 10, 20 years, we're all trying to absorb. But then it's accelerated by that funny COVID-19 thing. I'm facetious about that, you all, because if I'm not, I might have tears about the last 3 years. What we learned is how to leverage technology, how to leverage partnership, how to leverage innovation, not for the sake of itself, not to create a profit, not to do what you might traditionally think, but rather leverage technology and partnership to help our family, our people, the community of El Paso. We were able to do that, again, not just with the power of the tech, but also our longstanding partnerships. El Paso Helps is built, powered by that partnership with Cisco. I'm so proud to have Bill here today. But what you see on the screens behind me and what you'll see when you interact with El Paso Helps is but a part of the story. We have spent 3 years through our Communities of Excellence initiatives, bringing the partners that you see here huddled in this side of the room. See, this is how close they are. They have to stand near each other. The partners that are standing here, these are the real superheroes of El Paso Helps. The city of El Paso has been a portal. We have been a convener. We have been a funder. But we don't actually provide those services. These folks to my left are the front line. They are the superheroes. Partners like, thank you. Like wave a little bit as I introduce you. Partners like, I think he's hiding behind this column over here. No, there he is. I see him over there. John Martin at the Opportunity Center for the Homeless. Let me just say, John, everyone in this room should recognize that every time there is any kind of crisis in this community, I see the Opportunity Center front and center. And I cannot thank you enough as an El Pasoan for the work that you do and for what you have contributed as a backbone of El Paso Helps. Thank you, John. And if you don't want me to stand closer. All right. Also, another one of our phenomenal partners who often talks about wrapping her wings around this beautiful community. My friend Andrea and the team at Amistad. Like this. You should be waving your arms around, Shiros. All right. Also, my good friend, Angelica from the United Way, at which, by the way, before you clap, has been standing side by side with us, going all the way back to August 3rd, moving through crisis, leveraging the beauty and the strength of what the United Way is. Angelica. Another superstar hero in a number of crises that we have faced in this community, my friend Ben Miranda and the team at Endeavors. Ben and his team were extraordinary in aiding us to set up the Delta Community Center, the Delta Shelter, during the COVID-19 pandemic, and sharing with us the lessons that they learned, and frankly, lessons that they have learned in their work across the state in helping us address the needs of El Paso. Thank you, Ben. And finally, I'm really hoping I'm not forgetting anyone, but finally, I want to recognize some partners that came to the table with El Paso Helps because they saw that something amazing was happening. They came to us and said, can we please be a part of this? My friend Renee and his team at Emergence Health Network. Always standing up for our community, always standing up when there is need. Nicole, did I forget anybody?
It's like,
Ah, thank you. We also have another partner to really credit with the formation of this work. I would love to stand here and tell you that El Paso Helps was our original idea. That idea actually came out of the work we did at the Delta Site Shelter with Cisco. And then Cisco brought another partner to the team, actually two more that I forgot. My friend Ray Sanchez at Ghostlight Creative. Ray, where are you? See, you're hiding behind the column, and that's why I forgot you. Ghostlight Creative not only came together and pitched us this idea of El Paso Helps, El Paso Ayuda, and helped us understand how to visualize this kind of service, but they also worked with us in understanding how this system should function so that it can be built for people from the very beginning. Ray, thank you for everything you have brought to the table. Now, finally, I can't believe I almost forgot my Rudy. We're all laughing. Rudy, there we go. My friend Rudy and Ed Lovelace at Computer Center. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart because you all are the ones that spent the late nights making sure that all the things that I don't understand why they work, you all are the ones that make it work. So Rudy, Ed, thank you guys so much. All right, with that, I know that I'm probably talking way too long. So what I want to do right now is turn it over to someone who has always been a tremendous supporter of this work, not just during crisis, but on the every day-to-day grind that we go through, that you all go through to serve our citizens, to serve the people of this community. And so it's my privilege to introduce to you all right now, Mayor Pro Tem Alexandra Anello.
Thank you. Can y'all hear me? Is this working, Nicole? Good. My name is Alexandra Anello. I am the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of El Paso. This is actually my first kind of speech as Mayor Pro Tem, and it means a lot because this program means a lot to me. I am a little nervous. I'm going to read off this paper a little bit, so bear with me. So as a District 2 city representative, my office has witnessed many challenges when trying to find the appropriate help for individuals that are in need. We frequently receive calls from members of the community reporting unhoused individuals in need of assistance or who are in some sort of crisis. My policy is always to reach out to our community partners, such as Project Amistad and Emergence Health Network, and ask them to reach out and offer these individuals help, not just for the now, but for the long term. We have seen the struggle over District 2 from the Northeast, Hondo Pass, Dyer, and Pershing, as well as south of I-10. There have been cases of large groups of individuals camping behind alleys or in storm drains who qualify for services that one organization cannot provide, but another can. Coordination can take time, that in most cases means the person moving on from their location and missing out on the help that they might need. Because every case is unique, figuring out what kind of help each individual might need has been a hard challenge. When a particular organization doesn't have the resources to help with a specific problem, another organization in the same building might be able to help right away. With El Paso Helps acting as a unified center, individuals can be referred to where they will be able to find the resources that they need. Instead of taking hours to solve a problem, we can solve the same problem in minutes. For people who know someone struggling with any of these issues, El Paso Helps will be a significant resource when people don't know where to ask for help or what resources are available to them. I also want to say it's an honor to stand up here on behalf of the mayor and council. As Nicole said, this has been something really important to me for a long time. but council gives direction, and then the hard work is actually done. And I know Nicole took time to mention our partners, and I would also like to do that, right? Many of you have been working on this for decades, and you will continue work on it far once I'm left council. But Nicole and her team, Nicole Rodriguez, Abraham Gutierrez, Mark Weber, those are the individuals who have come to my community meetings. They've listened to stories from my constituents about individuals sleeping in an alley, about the concerns of the community when we did open the Delta Center, right? And it's really, they took the time to sit around and talk to all of the partners. And that is not an easy thing, right? We say that a lot. We work with our partners. It can be tense, like getting everyone at the table. And that's a testament to everyone up here to sit down with each other and make sure we want to get the work done for the betterment of everyone is a hard job. And these individuals have done that. The community development team have really said, okay, you think this is a problem, we think this is a problem, this is how we're going to get it done. This is what we need from you as a council. So I can vote yes all the time, and I can put agenda items on council, but these are the people that do the work, and it wouldn't be possible without you. I also want to add one thing. El Paso Helps is an amazing resource for people who are immediately in need. As someone who talks to constituents every day about this issue, it also helps the everyday person understand what someone in crisis might need, right? A lot of the times, or for generations, we have been told that the way to deal with this is X. But we know that that's not true. We know that there are people doing work to really help this in the long term. And so this is not only a resource for unhoused individuals or individuals in mental health crisis, this is a resource for the everyday citizen who wants to help and wants to feel safe in their neighborhood. So thank you all for everything. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. And I'm so excited for this program moving forward.
Thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem. The leadership that you all show from the dais really allows us to do that work. So thank you. At this point, I want to talk just very quickly before I introduce our next speaker about a little bit of the behind the scenes work that happens. I've talked a lot about the providers and a lot about what you see, but a lot of the reason that this works is that technology. And one partner that I would be remiss if I did not thank is a partner that comes to us today all the way from Germany, our friends at SWS. My friend Stefan has worked with us day and night, often taking calls that are 8 a.m. for us, but not 8 a.m. for him. And really working with us and allowing us to challenge the technology to do what we need, to do what our people need. Now, no one has exemplified that level of partnership better than our next speaker, my friend Gary DePreta from Cisco.
Nicole, and it really is terrific to be here representing Cisco. We are just delighted and so happy to be here to help launch El Paso Helps and to really celebrate this innovative piece of technology, but more importantly, this innovative approach, which I'll mention a little bit later. But as Nicole knows, we're not only proud of this project, but we're proud of the decades of service that we've provided here locally to the city of El Paso. And I would be remiss to not recognize someone who is not only someone at Cisco, but one of El Paso's own as well, Barbara Walker, who has been in support of the city. So thank you, Barbara, for making this happen. This is a really personal project for us at Cisco. Our corporate mission statement is to help power an inclusive future for all. And what that simply means is we want to take our technology to improve the lives of our citizens, our residents across the globe, and improve our community. So this really hits home for us in a very, very personal way. And so when we think about the work that was done collectively with all of these partners, it's really, El Paso Helps is really an example of how we can take technology and enable a more equitable experience for those in need in our community. So I want you all to know this is very personal to us at Cisco. One thing I've learned leading Cisco's state, local government, and education verticals across the U.S. is this would not have happened without partnerships. It really does take a village. It takes the village of city leaders coming together, inviting in private industry, working with community partners, And without that, that sort of collaboration and that effort, we couldn't do this. And so I thank everybody for coming together and showing just yet another example of what we can do when we work together as a team. What I also will tell you is selfishly, I'm going to brag about the work here in El Paso when I travel. I travel every week, visit cities around the U.S. because I think this is pretty special. We certainly leverage technology to deliver government services to our communities, but the way in which this does it, a live person to touch someone in need and to just reach out, show that empathy, show that connection. This is a pretty special program, and I want you to know that. And we think it's replicable across the entire country. So this is a model that I'm going to brag about and take to other cities. So we're pretty proud of the work that everybody did here. And finally, I just want to congratulate all the community partners coming together. Certainly our partners, the Q Center, SWS, the city, and certainly my team who has been involved with this. We're grateful for the opportunity, Nicole, and we're pretty proud of the work. So with that, I'm going to introduce a colleague of mine from Cisco, so Daniel Stewart. Daniel is a senior advisor for our state local education vertical, and he's going to show us how El Paso helps works.
You got an applause. I need it. I only say that because I used to be a mayor, and I don't usually get the podium. I miss the podium. I have to tell you, it has been an honor to work with El Paso from the moment that I was introduced into this project, and bringing others in along with me, and working with Barbara, who's here locally for Cisco. Something that's happened here that you usually do not see. As Gary covers the entire United States as the VP for Cisco, I'm a business development manager, and I've been covering the globe for the last few years. And I saw something happening here. So envision for just a moment that you see a swimming pool, and there are lanes. Everybody's in their lane, swimming along. Now get rid of those separators. It's a community pool. That's El Paso. I haven't seen that before. I've seen struggles within communities, from government to nonprofits to volunteer groups to across the board. But here, you've done something special, something you should be very proud of. And I also believe, like Gary said, it's going to be a fantastic project that is going to be replicable throughout our nation and maybe it's the work that was put in here that was amazing. And for all of you I trained with, I come in from Orlando, Florida, we do our trainings. Thank you for allowing me to do that. So El Paso Helps, how does it work? Well, if you look up here on the screen, here's the website. And if I were to scroll through the website, you're going to see these different areas where if I have an issue, I can go to one of these areas. Now, homelessness. I am a former homeless veteran. In 1988, I was living under a bridge. When I got involved in this project, I loved it because I was finally going to be working on something that was so important to me as an individual and what had happened to me as an individual after I left the military. And a lot of other issues, trust me, but this right here, all of the energy that went into this from everybody in this room involved is now an easy way for somebody to either on a computer or even on their phone. Okay? It's the same things on the phone, tablets, right? The device over there in the corner, that's a kiosk. It has the same buttons up here, same information. So many ways that people in distress or need can find services. And again, those services are not always easily accessible. So across the board, all of that is there. So let's go ahead and test it out. Now, biggest risk ever, testing because you hope nothing goes wrong. So we're going to go ahead and do some work with street outreach. Street outreach is 24/7. Deconfliction for the police department. Deconflicting potentially when they meet up with someone who's homeless, their ability to, on their phone, just hit one app and get the street team to come out. I won't go off on that tangent, but the street outreach is so significantly important to let someone know that there is help. And that is incredibly, it's something I, people who I didn't know who gave me help in 1988 and got me back up on my feet. And I ended up having a political career. I became the mayor of the city I was homeless in. All right, so good things can happen when help is given. And I was telling the mayor pro tem, my first mayor pro tem speech, I was nervous too, but then I ran for mayor and I won. So here it is, El Paso Health, street outreach. I'm in crisis. Wherever I am, there are the number of people who are sheltered or unsheltered homeless with smartphones would astound most of you in this room. It would astound you. But that connectivity is there, or public library computer, whatever it may be. I go ahead and click that on. Well, I'm looking for shelter, and now I see that there's this place called Amistad. Well, Amistad says office is open. Now, usually people pick up a phone and dial, and you're talking to someone, you don't see them, and it could be a call center. That's not what this is. I am now going to visually talk to someone. How many of you have ever been on the phone and wish you could see the face of the individual on the other side, right? So we're going to talk live. So we're going to enter that office because it's open. It's open 24/7. So as that opens up, we'll go ahead and launch into a WebEx meeting here. And I'm just going to have to hit a join button. Unless it starts asking me about cameras and stuff, I have to bring my camera up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to join the meeting. And I hit the Amistad. I hit street outreach. I hit join. Now, at the office, at street outreach, someone has a computer on, and they're going to hear a ding.
Well, good afternoon. This is Kimberly from Amistad. How may I help you?
Well, hello, Kimberly. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well. And if I were a person in distress, how would you help me?
So let me just get started off by saying that our ARPA Street Outreach Program, we have three main priorities. So the first one would be, of course, to offer housing services, to offer shelter services, and to also offer permanent housing programs to our clients that call.
It's outstanding. You send your people out 24/7, right?
Yes, we are on call 24/7. And then right now we actually have 2 intensive case managers that are out in the field, and they are doing street outreach as we speak.
It's wonderful work you do. Thank you, Kimberly. It's great to be with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Smartphone, the iPad, the Samsung tablet, doesn't matter what it is. Open standards, the ability to call or talk to who you want to on the device of your choice, including our police department. Thanks for the service, by the way. So that, in the nutshell, is what we have. Our partner that was mentioned, SWS, thank you so much for working with me to bring this to El Paso, and the other partners in El Paso took it and ran with it. I'm rambling too long because I missed the podium, and I'm going to go away now. Thank you very much, and El Paso, be proud of yourself.
Daniel, thank you so much. I don't mind letting you have the podium a little longer. If you want to stand here and hold it, it's okay. What I want to tell you all is that Daniel has been an inspiration for all of us through this entire journey. Just this morning, Daniel asked me, Nicole, how long have we been working together? I think 3 years. I'm not really sure, but I remember sitting in a convening that Barbara and Rudy organized, and Barbara said, "You've got to meet Daniel Stewart, Nicole." Okay, Barbara. And he has been a fast friend ever since, and we appreciate you every single day, my friend. What you saw on the screen is how it works. That's how easy it is for everyone to now access live human help in our community. What I'd like to do now is really talk a little bit about the future. Because if you work with the city, what you understand is that we are a learning and a growing organization. We launch a program like El Paso Helps, and we immediately learn. We immediately adapt. What happens? A plan is only as good as the paper it's written on, right? The second it hits the battlefield, sideways, right? We expect things to happen that we didn't predict, but we are ready. We are ready to adapt. We are ready because of these partnerships, not just with the providers, but foremost with the providers, but also the partnerships with the technology teams. And one
really, really important thank you that I owe is to the city IT department. I was going to call them the Dewitts. That's the nickname is the Dewitts. I don't know if we have any Dewitts in the room. Do we have Dewitts in the room? There we go. There you are, girl. Thank you. Thank you so much. Because at the end of the day, it's really about all of this partnership and all of these things, and we work internally as an organization, as a machine, as a team. We get the help out to the people who need it the most. I also want to thank our Strategic Communications Office. I see you guys in the room as well. You all have been there with us every step of the way, helping us understand what you hear, what you see out there. Soraya, there you are. Sorry, you're right there in front of me. Laura, Rick, many others. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we got a lot of work to do ahead of us, right? And then finally, I'm going to ask you all to stand up. Where's my team? Where's Community and Human Development right now?
So I can clap a little more on that one. You guys,
As the Mayor Pro Tem said, this team has come together in a way that it was not equipped to do 10 years ago. This team in Community and Human Development has transformed. And I could not be more proud of the work that you guys do every single day. And I'm not going to say anymore because then I'll cry at the podium. But you all deserve the credit and the recognition for the help that's out on the street right now, today, 3 years down the road. Now, to talk about the future and what I'm going to ask you to do next. El Paso Helps will evolve. Right now, we are focused on unhoused individuals. We are focused on what we feel is a severe crisis point in our community. But looking into the future, we would like to expand those services. We invite social service providers that we may not be aware of how great you're doing right now. Please contact us. Let's talk about how we can get you integrated into this team, into this collaborative. Let's invite you to swim in the community pool.
Number 18?
Right? Because we do great job at community pools.
I guess they put us on hold.
That was a joke.
Hello, ma'am. We haven't started the meeting
Yeah,
yet. but
I
when
heard
we
that.
do,
Okay.
I'll
All
have your
right.
name and I'll
Moving
call
on.
you to speak.
The future of El Paso Helps
Okay.
is a learning future.
Thank you.
I would like to see one day that no El Pasoan goes without the assistance that they need, even if they don't know what assistance they need. We are here for you. This team is here for you. You are not in this alone. I also want to thank our tremendous police department for the service that they offer us every single day. A round of applause for PD, everybody. As Tanya mentioned, this is a lot about what we have seen you all really protect our community and really lean in terms of community policing and helping our community and being a safe place. And we're excited to have had you with us every step of the way in this journey. And we can't wait to work further, particularly with our officers and yourselves, to make sure that the entire community remains safe. Finally, I think I said finally 4 times. I have to thank our neighborhood associations, the AmeriCorps Senior Advisory Committee, and all of the residents of El Paso that helped us test this. One directive I gave to the team leading up into this is it's got to work. People are in crisis. They don't have time for us not to work. And so we tested this, but we didn't test it just ourselves. We leaned on our community again. So they own this with us, and they're a part of this with us. So thank you to the neighborhood associations and our seniors. And with that, I will open it up to any questions that you all have. And I just want to thank everybody for being here this morning.
Renee, for anyone on the panel here?
That means we knocked it out of the park and they don't have any questions. And it's a perfect initiative. Thank you.
All right. Oh
Welcome
my
to
God.
the February 23rd meeting of the City Plan Commission. My name is Chris Cummings. Chair of the Commission, and I call this meeting to order.
to see you in
at
person.
1:35 p.m. If I could have Commissioner Castro read the statement to the public, please.
The City Plan Commission has sole and